Excuse me. Is this the right cord? Oh man, y'all are in here early. I was just we got 3 minutes. But hi people. Hi everyone. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Ashley. I'm sorry you're driving. Be safe, but it'll be posted so you can watch it later. I appreciate the love, even though you're my cousin. Eh. All right, I guess there's enough people in here already. I wasn't expecting you guys to be here so fast. Hi, Aisha. Hopefully you do have a question. Thank you. I don't believe that I need to wear makeup. I just like to wear makeup. But anyway, there seems to be enough of you guys here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna keep it funky. I just didn't have time to record a tea time, but I got so far off schedule with my travel schedule the past couple weeks that I was like, I definitely need to do a tea time. The lives seem to be doing good. There's good enough people that show up when it's live, and then you guys watch it after anyway. So don't mind my tomboy look. I washed my hair. And yeah, I don't have any makeup on. I have on a Jesse Owens t-shirt, which ironically enough, I just put this on. I didn't even realize that today is like either his birthday or anniversary, something. I saw something pop up on Instagram that I was like, how ironic that I put this shirt on. But anyway, I'm rambling as usual. A couple of things that I want to announce before I go any further. Chris, I got the shirt from Under Armour, and I got the shirt last year, so I'm not sure if they still have any more. But I want to mention that if you are not signed up for my Burnout Challenge, it's the real deal. I've partnered with Burnout from Gui. The challenge is designed, or the program is designed around me. So if you want to work out like me, train like me, this is good. And there's an opportunity for you to win an all expense paid trip to come meet me. We're going to do a photo shoot. We're going to do a tea time. There's tons of cool stuff involved. So make sure you check that out. I will put the information down here after this goes live. Also, if not, you can check them out on Instagram, Burnout Fit. And then I have a couple of posts on my Instagram as well that you can check that out. Or check it out there. I also wanted to say thank you guys for the love, like the past month. And I know that since the track season has started, gosh, you guys are asking. Yes, I will be in Shanghai next week. I was going to get to that. But, since the track season has started, the channel has been doing really, really well. And I really appreciate you guys' support. And I know that you guys, my fans are my track fans. And I love it. I appreciate it. So go, if you haven't checked those vlogs out, go back and check them out. I've got Texas relays up there, Mount Sac, the Bahamas. I got 2 parts for the Bahamas and Penn relays. So go check those out. Don't check them out right now. Wait till this is over and then go watch them. And then I also want to announce that I am at 4,200 subscribers. Can't believe that. Like, I think I've had the channel for about 6 or 7 months. So it's been a grind getting you guys to follow and, be on here with my journey. So with that, I'm going to put together a giveaway for 5,000. I'm not sure exactly what the criteria is going to be. I am in talks with my sponsor, Under Armour, of like what we're going to do. But I'm going to bring some cool... The prize is definitely going to be worth it. Let me just say that. And then, lastly, I wanted to mention that, of course, I have more track meets coming up. So next weekend, I will be in Shanghai, where I will be running my opener in the 400. So wish me well for that. And then I'll be following up the following weekend in Jamaica. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't been back to Jamaica in, it's probably been like 7 years. Gosh, am I that old? Yeah. So I'm excited to go back there. Some of my family is going to get to see me run. If you don't know, my dad's side of the family is from Jamaica. So yeah, that's going to be cool. So that was all of the updates that I had for you guys. Now let's get into the tea, I guess. Yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask away. But until I see some more come through, is there anything that I want to address? This is kind of a topic. I do have a topic that someone said ooh, they're coming in too fast. So you're West Indian and Jamaican. Yes, I am West Indian, and my mother's side of the family is Trinidadian. My father's side of the family is Jamaican. I plan on doing a whole video on my my background because it's a little complicated. But and I saw someone said that my last 150 is improving. Thank you. I grew up in New York City. I grew up in Queens. Well, Long Island / Queens. Yeah. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. When these questions come in, I'll be like, let me, how old were you when you started running track? I was 10. So I've been in the game 20 years now. I was 10. Oh, you're a Jamaican who lives in Trinidad. Jamaicans love Trinis, eh? I don't really have a West Indian accent, although, I don't know. When we were in the Bahamas, during one of the post-race interviews that we did, I mentioned that I had some escovitch fish and boiled plantain for breakfast. And all the girls were like, yo, we never heard your accent before. Like, so apparently it just came out. So yeah, it's not something that I can just do like, hey, say this on the spot. So, but I don't feel like my accent is like, whatever. I was not forced to run track. My mom was very adamant that even at this age, she always asks, are you having fun? So she was not big on me. Like, she wasn't one of those parents that lived vicariously through me. And that's another video, because my mom has an amazing story too. And she does have a lot to do with why I still run. So, did you play any other sports? No, and that is my only regret as an athlete and as an adult now. I wish I would have done other sports, only because I think there's so many transferable, what's the word that I'm looking for? Things that you learn from different sports that you can transfer on to other sports. And so yeah, that's my only regret, but I found track. I fell in love with it. I tried basketball. I was horrible. So I was like, let me take my butt back to track. And I've just been running ever since. Do I have any tips on running the 400? I will say, because I feel like this isn't something that people talk about. I'm seeing questions that are good questions that I want to answer, but I can't get to them fast enough. I will say you have to find your style. And I say that because I feel like it's something that people don't talk about. And I get criticized for the way that, I shouldn't say criticized, but there are people that say, yo, you run that first 200 so fast. And I'm like, you think it's that fast, but it's really, I make it look fast, I'm just playing. But, everyone has a different way of running their race. And, I just happen to find the way that I like to run the race, and it is to get out fast. And I get out fast because I trust in my speed. I know that I'm strong, and I trust my training, I trust my speed, and that works for me. So if you're the athlete that's faster and you want to go out faster, then trust that and do that. If you're the athlete that's stronger and you don't want to go out necessarily as fast, then trust that and do that. So be and that's one of the things that, like, people know that I've gone through several coaches. That's the thing that works with me and my coach. I think that in some of my previous coaching relationships, yeah, that sounds better. There was like work to like restructure my race plan, and and where I am now, my coach lets me be me. And I think ultimately in life, it's important that we be who we are. So I like to go out fast, and that's that. Okay, I'm trying to remember some of the questions. Thank you. Dominic said my pickup speed in the 400 is insane. Thank you. It's a lot of work though, and it is gutsy to go out like that. I do have to admit. There was a question that I was like, man, that was a good one. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, someone asked me who are my friends on the circuit. I'll definitely be a part of the campaign to bring the Olympics to LA in 2024, but I will not be competing. 2020 is my last go round. I'm gonna hang the spikes up. I'm gonna let you young ones handle that. My friends on the circuit, Michelle Carter, who you guys have seen here on my channel. We've been roommates since 2012, actually, on the road. Now that she's a gold medalist, though, we probably won't be roommates that much anymore. But Michelle Carter, Eric Kennard is my dog. Jason Richardson, we went to school together. That's my boo. Not my boo like we go together, like we're just friends. Jason. Jenny Crawford, who's now retired, but that's my dog. Michael Tinsley, my training partner. That's my that's my road dog. All of my training partners, like, we kick it tough on the road. But I mean, I'm pretty much cool with everybody. Tyson Gay is another one that's my boy. Like, Tyson and Jeremy Warner are the two people that I'll say, like, when I turned pro, they really took me under their wing and showed me the ropes of, like, being a professional and being in this sport and, that sort of thing. So I give a lot. Felicia George, yes, that's my dog. That's my spirit sister. Felicia and I actually just met this summer. Like, we've always seen each other on the road, but we just, like, met. And when we sat down and, like, talked, I was like, yo, we're the same person. So, yeah. Okay, back to the questions. How often do I practice? 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. So you don't have any Jamaican friends? I do. I'm cool with Asafa Powell. I feel like I have more Jamaican friends than that. Yeah. Crickets. No, I feel like I have more Jamaican friends than that. That's weird. But I mean, they're not here like all the time. We see each other on the road and we talk, and Am I friends with Allison? Yes, Allison and I are cool. I actually used to train with Allison when I trained with Bobby. So, yeah, we're cool. I went to the University of South Carolina. Thank you. I don't really think I'm that funny, but if I'm entertaining you, I will take it. Who would be my dream 4x4? Man, what are volumes like on speed days? I'm missing all the questions. Do you still feel like you're introverted? You seem like you're really extroverted, Loki. I am introverted. I'm only extroverted or seem extroverted because I'm in my house by myself. And even though I'm introverted, the more comfortable that I get with you, the more, extroverted I become. But I'm not the person that's going to break the ice. Let's put it that way. Um Some of these questions I'm like, somebody is late. Yes, I'm coming to Jamaica on the 20th. What is one thing you would tell any athlete who wants to be an Olympian? I would say you have to believe in yourself, and then after believing in yourself, you have to be willing to do the work. There's so many sayings out there: hard work beats talent. A couple of days ago, actually, at practice, me and Mike Tinsley were having a conversation, and I just don't remember what it was that we were talking about. But Mike and I are the older ones, and the other Mike, we're the older ones in our group. And so sometimes, we'll talk mess at practice. More so Mike T than me. I'm not really a mess talker, but I had to tell him, like, you can't manufacture a dog. And by that I mean you got to be willing to work hard, and you got to be willing to go out there and just be gutsy and not care and not, you're gonna, if you're gonna play sports, period, you're putting yourself in a position for the world to judge you and to be judged and all that stuff. You got to let it go and just go out there and believe in yourself, believe in your training, and just go after it, man. So that's what I would say. I had my issues with confidence, and it's a everyday thing. It's not something I saw quite a bit of people asked, can I talk about my race prep, my mental race prep, which that's another video that I would like to do, because it's not something that you wake up race day and you mentally prepare. No, you have to visualize weeks before you get to the track. You have to be mentally tough. You have to teach yourself to be mentally tough. You have to learn how to turn off the peanut gallery. The only voices you should hear are your voices, the voices from your coach. That's it. Everybody else you got to turn off. So it's hard, and it's not something that you ever I don't want to say you ever master. It's something that you're always going to be working on, and even sometimes you may feel like, okay, I got this. And then you get a little cocky with it, and then you're like, oh, dang, wait, no, I have to do this. So, yeah, it's, yeah. Did I make changes in my workout routine as I get older, like physical? It went blank. But I feel like that's a good question, what I did read so far. I'm 30. So, yes, what I could do at 22, I can't necessarily do at 30. And I don't want to say I can't do. I can do at 30. It's just what it took to do at 22, I don't necessarily have to do that now. And a lot of that is muscle memory and just knowing how to do certain things. Your body just knows how to get there. And muscle memory really is a real thing. When you hear your coaches or anybody talking about that, they're not just blowing smoke. That really is real. So yes, I have made adjustments as I get older. I was always the athlete that I feel like if I take a day off that, oh my God, my competitor is getting better than me, or if I didn't finish a workout the way I feel like I should have finished it, I go home and I feel guilty. The older you get, you kind of realize that rest is just as important as the work. So you have to give yourself, when you're training, you're putting your body at a deficit to build it back up to what you want to build it up to. But for it to come back up to where you need it to be, you have to let your body recover and you have to let your body regenerate. So the older I get, the more I understand that. So there are some days that I go out to practice and I'm like, yo, coach, today is not the day. And it's funny because I used to get frustrated with my coach because sometimes we would go to practice and we would be like, so what do we have today? And he'll be like, well, how do you feel? And we're like, no, what do we have? And he's like, well, it depends on how you feel. And that's because you have to give your body the proper rest. Sorry. Good question. Am I going to Carnival next year? So Felicia is going to kill me because we were actually supposed to go this year, but I totally dropped the ball. Like, we didn't get our costumes, blah, blah, blah. I'm from Trinidad, never been to Trinidad Carnival. How is that possible? So yes, we are going next year. Next year is an off year. So, and it kind of worked out because I'm like, low key, like, we have the world championships this summer. I was super, super busy. So it was like, girl, have a seat. So we will be at Carnival next year. I didn't even get to sip any of my coffee. I've been running my mouth since I got here. It's been 20 minutes and you guys are still coming. I love this. I really appreciate you guys. I want to see me in a costume too, honey. I work really hard on this body. When did you realize your passion in track? Were you always so good? They're coming in too fast. My passion, I probably realized I was probably about 14 or 15. Yeah, I was probably about 14 or 15 when I really realized, like, and I think at that point things started settling in that, oh, I could go to school for free for this. And yeah. Yeah. You're 21 and doing a oh God. Yeah, I got hustled for a cup of coffee last week, y'all. Like, I didn't tell the story, but I guess since it's tea time, I might as well tell you here. I was down in Starbucks, which I saw the question. I don't have a sponsorship with them. I should. But I was down in Starbucks having breakfast, and a gentleman came and sat next to me. He was blind. And so he started talking to me, and me being the extrovert and being from New York City, I really don't talk to people, but I was like, you know, and it was race day. So that's another one for me that I'm like, it's hard for me. But so I start talking to him, and, you know, he's like, oh, you're in town for the pen relays. You gonna go out there and win. Like, he started talking mess. And y'all know as athletes, we like, don't try me. I'm going out there to bust some heads. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to like leave and go up to my room, and he's like, can you get me a passion fruit tea? And like, real life, the New Yorker in me was like, really though? But then the Christian in me was like, girl, you gotta go run today. You don't want no bad karma on you when you go out on the track. So get this man this cup of tea. So I got him a cup of tea. No big deal. It didn't break my bank or ruin my day or whatever. I just had to chuckle to myself, like, he really sweet talked me and then asked me for a cup of tea. All right, here's your cup of tea. You can have a cup of tea. Do you have time and volume limits on your track and weight sessions, speed versus tempo days? Yes. That's a question though that I should write that down, because that's a question that I would like my coaches to talk about, because my coaches manage that. And by coaches, I mean my coach, Daryl Woodson, who I'm here with in Texas, and my strength coach, Bruce Johnson. They communicate with each other on what we're doing in the gym and what we're doing on the track. And my coach, when he puts our workouts together, there is a certain volume. So sometimes we'll come to practice and he'll say, yeah, so you have 4 300s today. That's 1,200 meters volume. There is that method to the madness. What the method to the madness is, God, I'm not at that point in my career where I'm like, you know, how do you come up with these workouts? I don't want to say, how do you come up with these workouts? Because I am an athlete that asks questions, and I like to know what I'm doing. Don't send me out there blind and just tell me to do something. I need to know why I'm doing something. But the formulation behind putting together a season and putting together a season of training, that's not my expertise. I'm the athlete. I go out there and perform. But that is a very good question, and I think maybe I could get my coaches on here to talk about that. Do I peak at a specific time of the season? Absolutely. It's no secret that we have to peak twice. As Americans, we have to peak twice. U.S. nationals or trials, and then the World Championships or the Olympics. So yeah, we are, and that's why you'll hear me say in a lot of my other videos, like, I have to keep the main thing, or the main goal is always June and August, because these meets leading up to nationals are great and they're getting me ready for those times, but that's when I have to peak. So yes. Went blank. Any more questions coming? Andreas, I will be at Shanghai next week. I don't know what other what other Diamond League meets I'll be in just yet. I ran the 800 a couple of times in high school, and that was that. I'm not interested in the 800. I always told my coaches, if you tell me that I need to run the 800, that's when I retire. What do I do in an off year? Well, we still compete. It's just a little different in that we don't have a summer championship. So there's the World Indoors. I am excited that Aisha signed with Under Armour. My mom's texting me. What does she want? She's probably watching this. She said, scroll up. You missed a lot of questions. I don't know. Oh, I can scroll up. Guys, why didn't someone tell me to scroll up? There's a ton of questions in here. Okay. My mom said, do I have any siblings? Yes, I have a brother. Natasha, what was your experience as preteen that helped you and that you would pass on? My daughter is 11. Is 100 and 200 minus, so is my son. Running with extra hair. Hi, Mom. Running with extra hair versus the shortcut. I feel like that's mind over matter. I feel like I've run 49 with a head full of extensions, and I've run 49 bald headed. It's mind over matter. Sorry. How do you balance training and a relationship? I don't have a relationship, so that's that. Okay, what was your experience as a preteen that helped you and that you would pass on? My daughter is 11, 100 and 200, so is my son. As a preteen, now this is gonna get uncomfortable because my mom is here, but I knew she was here, but now I know she's here. But my mom was very my mom had a big part in me enjoying track as a preteen, and I think that is the big thing that I see parents putting a lot of pressure on their kids. And I always say, let your kids have fun. Let the events find them. Let them love what they do. When I first started running track, I started out as a 100, 200 runner. And then the 400 thing came about after. And it was a kind of thing where they said, look, let her have fun. The 400 hurts like hell. But when she figures out that she's good at it, she'll learn to love it. And so my mom let me have that relationship with track. She also never stepped in. Let me take that back. She was, as long as the workouts and what I was being asked was within reason, she never stepped in. She was very big on my coach and I having a great relationship, and me trusting my coach from the time I was 10 to now. The only time my mom ever stepped in was I was 10, and one day we had 10 400s at practice. If any of you run the 400 now, half milers and up, y'all on something else, something different. But if any of you, even at my age now, I'm not doing 10 400s. My mom walked in the practice and she said, she's 10 years old. She's not doing this. So that's another one. When I get, what do you think? How are you able to go 20 years and you're not burnt out? My mom didn't let me get burnt out. So that's my advice. If I wasn't doing track, what would I be doing? I wanted to be a chiropractor when I went to college. So, and that's still something that I'm still toying with the idea. I may very well go back to school to be a chiropractor. But yeah, I would be a chiropractor. Yes, I can definitely do a question and answer video to address the questions that I did miss. Is Jeremy Warner a very good friend? He was the best 400-meter runner in the world, and I thought he would break Michael Johnson. I don't think he lost motivation. I really can't say what happened. I don't know. I don't know if he lost the love for it or if it was coaching. I mean, I'm really not there enough to say. And quite honestly, the only person who knows is Jeremy. But I think what you cannot deny is that Jeremy had an awesome career. He's achieved things that I still haven't achieved. You know, there's only a select few people get to say, I'm an Olympic gold medalist. I've done X, Y, and Z. And he's done it. And that's that. So Jeremy's my boy, always going to be my boy. Can I say Edward Joe Henderson? I hope I said that right. Yes, I do have my college degree in exercise science. Hence why I wanted to be a chiropractor, or what I wanted to. Who is my track hero? One from the US and one from the Caribbean. I'm going to say JJK, Jackie Joyner, from the US. From the Caribbean, I'm going to have to say Merlene Ati. I don't plan to go as long as she did, but she definitely showed that, hey, if you still got it, keep going. All right, I'm going to try to scroll back up to get to some of these questions that I missed, that I thought I missed. I didn't realize that that I had been missing. Oh, this is a very good one. Do I support erasing the world track record set by dope cheats? So this is a conversation that has been ongoing. You know, some records that are just like, for example, the women's 400 is like 47.7. Like, who, how, when, how we gonna get to that? But you know, it's hard because this is not a one-dimensional conversation. The argument then becomes, how do we know that those people cheated? I mean, I have my Marlene is not from Slovenia. She's from Jamaica. She just runs for Slovenia now. But anyway, how do we know for sure if there's no positive tests on those people that we believe were dirty? And we all have those people that we believe, something's not right here. But without the test, we really can't say for sure. And then the other question that I have, or that I'm unsure of, is what I read was that the record books are basically going to start from 2003. So if the notion is that the records set in the 80s, 90s, 70s, whatever you want to call it, or the records before 2003 were dirty records, what does that say for the records? I don't know. I'm just so conflicted about it. That's my answer. I'm so conflicted about it. I don't really know which. I personally have to read more into what the vote is and what they're really trying to accomplish it. But if I'm being honest, I definitely think the women's 400 should definitely be looked into, because we ain't get like 47. Like, what? Like, I don't know. You know, I definitely think 48 is doable, clean, but 47, I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't really, that's a hard one. Looking at some old video, I'm not even gonna 47 from lane 1, exactly. Let me go back up. Gosh, it's already been 35 minutes. Should I cut this down soon or? Hmm. Scientifically, is your body cut out for the type of physical pressure on it? Um, I tell people all the time when I talk about like nutrition and recovery, the things that we as athletes put our bodies through while we were made to do it, we were not made to do it, if that makes sense. And by that I mean, you know, if I'm made to do it, if I'm physically able to do something, then I was made to do that. However, there are stressors that the average person doesn't go through. The average body does not expect to go through. So I don't know how scientific that is, or if that's relative, or if it's fact, or but yeah. Um my 400 time at 12, my mom probably has to tell me that one. Maybe 56, 57. Oh, I would love to come back to Trinidad and do like a camp of some sort, or I would love to. Planning things like that is a lot more. It's a lot of work. So if I would have like a ground team in Trinidad that would be willing to put something together like that for me, and I come down, and absolutely, I know my grandparents would love that. So, yeah. Are you allowed to take pain medications before a race? Of course. Of course, there's a list of. Uh-oh. There's a list of medications that we're not allowed to take for whatever reason, whether they be performance enhancing, masking, or whatever. Yeah, but we can take like Advil, Tylenol, that sort of thing. What's your diet like? Does it matter what you eat to be successful? It absolutely does matter what I eat. I'll be the first to tell you I don't eat the cleanest, but I try my best to eat as clean as possible. I don't count calories. But yeah, you can't, there's that saying, you can't outwork a bad diet. Facts. When I graduated high school, my 400 time was 52:04. I eat 3 meals a day with plenty of snacks in between. Can you do a what I eat in a day video? I can try to. I can try to. How much do you think sprinting is genetic or based off training? Um, I think I'm gonna say I definitely feel like my talent is somewhat genetic. I work very, very hard, but my mom was a runner. That's why I say I want to do a video specifically on that, because I believe my mom has a special story, or we have a special story together. But my mom was a 100, 200 runner, and my dad was actually a quarter miler. My mom was the better one though. Hey girl. So I say that I get my speed, my raw speed, from my mom, and the quarter miler comes from my dad. So I do think that some of it is genetic, but I work my butt off too. So I would love to do a video with my mom. If you guys, I say I'm shy, my mom is shy. That's where I get it from. But she's super cool. Yes, I have the bracelet. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My best 400 time is 49:84. Happy birthday, Nick Gers. I hope I said that right. Yeah, I've done a couple of camps in Texas actually. But yeah, I'll do another one. You know, if you guys have cities that you want me to come to, there's I can make sure that I put like contact information down below too. If you guys help plan and market, I'm there. Most epic moment from any Olympic Games. I have to say MJ in the 400 in 96 with them gold spikes. Hence why I wear gold spikes. Yeah. I think none is genetic. That's like saying two parents who only worked night shift jobs birth a son who breaks a world record. That's your opinion. I think it can be genetic, but you can also be born from non-athletic parents and just be a freak of nature. But I like to give my mom some credit, so can I do another video with English? I don't really like English. No, I'm just kidding. Of course. If we're at meets together, why not? If you guys want to see her. Okay, what do you think about diving at the end of the finish line to win? I don't think I've ever addressed this, but let me go ahead and put this out here because I feel like this poor girl had her moment stolen from her. Let's start off with this. If you have ever run a 400 in your life and given it your absolute all, it's possible that you'll fall at the line. I don't believe that she dove across the line. I think that she ran the race of her life. She had nothing left in her legs and she fell. Why do I feel that way? Well, at the Olympic trials, I ran the race of my life and I had nothing left in my legs and I fell. There is a point where there's no more glycogen in the muscles. There's no more anything and your body says, it's done. It's over. And I think it's really unfortunate how this girl was drugged and people were saying that she shouldn't have this gold. Look, and put it this way, if y'all disqualify her, I get the bronze medal. So, I mean, I don't think that she dove. I think that she ran the race of her life and her body gave out on her and that was how she finished the race. But, you know, everybody's going to have their opinions. I think everyone just wanted Allison to win, which is fine, you know. My people wanted me to win, you know. But I think the girl ran the race of her life, and I think it's really unfortunate that her moment was ruined because people think that she dove across the line on purpose. Like, give the girl her credit. She had an amazing season all year, and she came to the Olympics where it counted and ran the race of her life. End of story. So, let me see. You will forever be mad at that race. Way to clean it up. I'm not cleaning up anything. That's honestly how I genuinely feel. Like, one thing about me, I'm not a hater. Like I said, if they were to disqualify the girl, I would be the bronze medalist. I would love to have an individual medal, but I think she ran the race of her life. End of story. Can I do a hair tutorial on how I get my curls to pop? There's actually a video on my channel where I do talk about that. So go check it out. Not right now, but yeah. I do have a couple of videos on there about my hair. If I had to do a distant event, what would it be? It would be retirement. I'm not interested in distance. Sorry. I would love to come back to the Caribbean and do some more workshops or clinics, that sort of thing. Yeah, I would absolutely love to. As I've said several times in this video, my roots are in the Caribbean, so going back to the Caribbean and helping out and kind of spreading my love and enriching the youth, I would love to. Have I ever wanted to give up or stop running? Oh yeah, plenty of times. I remember the one that I talk most about is when I did make the Olympics in 2012. But I remember when I was about 12 or 13, I said, Mom, I don't really think I want to run track anymore. And it was really I was 12 or 13. I saw my friends doing things that I didn't have time to do because I had to go to practice. I had a track meet on Saturday. And I was like, man, I'm missing out. Hindsight is always 20/20. And you know what? My mom said to me, you don't have to run track, but you're not coming straight home from school. You're going to do something. And at the time, I was like, what? Like, of course, I was upset with her. But now I realize what she was doing. She kept me out of the streets, out of trouble. She kept me busy. There were things that my friends had time to get into that I didn't have the time to get into because I was at practice or at a track meet on Saturday or, So, yeah, my mom did what she had to do to make sure that, we were occupied and, grooming us for success later on in life. I do take ice baths. Would I get a bonus from Under Armour if I get a retroactive individual Olympic medal? That's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know. But that brings up a good topic. Just recently, last year the Russians weren't allowed to compete in the 2016 games because of what was found in terms of them doping. And then now the 2013 gold medal that they won, to which we won silver, now moves us up to gold because they were disqualified. And that's the piece of, I don't really like to talk about doping, first of all, and I'm going to say why. Because I feel like my sport, because of doping, gets enough negative attention, and I feel like that's a big part of why we can't bring sponsorship into the sport, why we can't bring American engagement into the sport. There's just too much negativity around the sport, and I really believe in speaking life into my sport versus killing it. And so yes, there are conversations that we have to have, but I also believe that there are certain conversations, Wendy Williams calls them kitchen table talk. There's conversations that we need to have as a track family, but then there's conversations that, we have out on in the public, social media, that sort of thing. But I will say the thing that isn't talked about when someone tests positive is the moment that the rest of the people were affected by that lose that moment. So we won silver that summer, and while it was great, everybody wants to win gold. Let's be honest, we'll never get that moment back. We won't take that victory lap as the gold medalist. We won't get that money back. 2012, I missed the Olympics by one spot. Someone ended up testing positive. That one spot could have been my spot. So that's the part that I think gets missed. And it's hard. How do you retroactively? Yeah, it would be nice to get the money, but the moment you can never get that back. I do have a brother. He's 19. I was getting ready to say 18. He's 19. He is the brains of the family. I love my Juju like he's my own. He's studying computer science at Vanderbilt. So he's I like to tell people he got accepted into Columbia. He was student class president, and he's like everything that I'm not, my brother is. He's a social butterfly. He's handsome. I love him. Yeah. But yeah, it's just me and my brother though. He's not an athlete. He's the brains of the family. I missed a ton of questions. Let me go back. This is a Jesse Owens shirt. I did address that earlier. I mentioned that I didn't realize that it's either his birthday or some sort of anniversary of his, maybe one of his records that he set. I saw something on Instagram. Does it irk you when people say play track? It does. It does. What made me want to do YouTube? Honestly, I've wanted to do YouTube for years, and I can't believe that we've been live for almost an hour. Thank you guys. I really, really, really appreciate it. But I've wanted to do a YouTube channel for years, and I wanted to do YouTube originally when people asked me, like, how did you learn how to do your makeup? YouTube. um, but I was always overwhelmed at the idea of coming up with content, filming, editing, getting it posted. And even now, like, it's a challenge. Like, and I'm trying to post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's a lot of work. Because the thing that I keep saying over and over is I'm an athlete first. But I realized that through my other social media outlets that people want to know what it's like to be an athlete. And if you look at YouTube, there really aren't very many athletes out there, sports period, that give you a glimpse of what it's like. You know, it's not always the glitz and glamour. It's not, we have our bad days. And, you know, sometimes I feel like people look at us and they think like we're superheroes. And in some cases we are, but we're human beings. So I wanted to show the other side of being a world-class athlete. And the response so far has been great. So yeah, that's what made me start YouTube. Oh Lord, don't be fighting nobody over you play track. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. A podcast would be dope, but like, what would you guys want to talk about? Give me some ideas. Any other Cinco de Mayo plans down there in Texas? Let me tell you something. I'm drinking this coffee out of, by the way, my mug. That is me. Hey girl, hey. I don't know. I probably won't be doing it. You see, I'm out over here looking like, I don't know. Probably won't. I don't know. Do I ever unwind? Do I love pedicures? Yes. I get one every 2 weeks. I got to take care of my money makers. Thank you. Yes, I have a challenge going on. I mentioned that at the beginning of this video. I will put the information down below. But if you look at my previous tea time from last Monday, I have a challenge going on, and you could get into shape and win a chance to meet me and some money and some whole bunch of cool stuff. So yes, there will be challenges going on here. There was a question. See, I lose focus. I can't multitask. What am I going to do when I have kids? I'm drinking coffee. I'm not drinking tea, which I really shouldn't be drinking coffee at this hour. But am I thinking about doing any movies? What kind of movies? Does somebody have a script for me? Like, of course you can enter the competition going on now. Just check it out, and yeah, anybody can enter, except for my friends. My friends be on here like, "Ooh, can I enter?" No, you know me. No. There are breathing techniques when running, and even that's another thing that starts before the race. You kind of want to keep your heart rate in check as much as possible, because as you can imagine, when you get excited and when you get nervous, your heart rate goes crazy. So yeah, there is a technique to breathing and making sure that your muscles get oxygen. And if you take short, shallow breaths, you're not allowing the oxygen to go to your lungs and to go to the muscles, so the muscles can get the necessary oxygen, etc., etc. So yes, there is proper breathing, and it takes practice. If you don't PR in the season, would you call the season a waste? No. I haven't PR'd since 2007, guys, but I've tied my PR twice. So I said my PR was 49.84. I've run 49.84 twice. 3 times, sorry. And I've come very close to 49.84. I've run 50-point lows, 50-point flats, 49.9. But I wouldn't say that it's a waste of a season. I'm still out there doing good, and yeah. I'm not sure what that question means, so Um, I'm seeing questions here about jumps and hurdles. I think what I will do, because I want to bring my training partners into this too, is whoever this person is with these vulgar, I'm gonna block you. I don't play that. I will bring my training partners to talk about the things that they have. They're the experts in that. Greetings from Poland. Oh man, that's what's up. So I'm just going to ignore brother. I'm sorry, there's a ton of questions coming in. So I'm sorry if I missed your question, sir. These mugs are not for sale. This was actually, but now that I know you want some, I'm gonna make some and sell some for you. Yeah, these the hair company that I'm sponsored by made these. Yes, go Gamecocks. Go to South Carolina. If I weren't a track athlete, I'd probably play tennis. Yeah, maybe tennis. I love coffee. Sports life, other track guests. I like your idea on the podcast. I mean, I'll look further into that. My favorite running shoes. I'm of course in the Under Armour shoes. So I'm in the Geminis most of the time. Those are the ones that I train in. Can I show my money makers? Some of y'all are funny. Can you get slow to fast without fast genetic? I'm not sure what that question means. Can you clarify that for me? Do you mean can you get fast to slow without genetics? I think so. I mean, if you're willing to work hard, I don't think you can manufacture, some things you're just born with. But I have seen people that, you would say, like, okay, I'm going to use this as an example. My mom had more raw talent than me, but she didn't necessarily like to work hard. I don't have as much raw talent as my mom did, but I worked my butt off. So I hope that clarified that. Okay, so this is the last 2 minutes. I did not expect for this to go for an hour. So I'm going to take a couple of more questions and then end this. Oh my God, if I started track late, 7th grade, can I still become an Olympian like you? Of course. I have some friends that didn't start. Michael Tinsley, Olympic silver medalist, he didn't start running track till like his junior year of high school. Please, 7th grade is early. You don't have to. Please don't feel like you're a late bloomer. Mommy, what were your times? Because I know you're still in here. I think my mom ran like 11.2 or... I'm not sure if she got down into the teens in the 100. And then, yeah. Yes, I've definitely thought about doing t-shirts. I will, I need to get on that. Why don't you wear socks with your spikes? Well, firstly, my spikes were made to not wear socks with them. So it's kind of it's not like a wrong or right thing in my opinion. I think it's more about how you feel. I personally like to feel like I'm barefoot when I'm running. It's the Caribbean in me. I'm not wearing shoes now. I'm actually never wearing shoes. But yeah, I like to feel barefoot. So the least that I have on my foot, the better. So I don't wear socks with my spikes, but my spikes were also made to be worn without socks. So I think that's up to you and how you feel. Okay, guys, it's been 60 minutes. There's 102 of you in here. I was not expecting all of you to be here. See, and the questions are coming in and I feel bad. What do I think about Sydney McLaughlin? I think Sydney McLaughlin is awesome. I think she has a bright future ahead of her. My advice to her would be to stay in the moment and stay present, because it gets hard, and we all go through our pits and valleys, our good years, our bad years, our good days, our bad days. So yeah, I think she has a bright future. The straps on my feet, I did explain in a previous video. If you go watch my World Relays Part 1 video, it's in there. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm glad that you don't want me to leave, but my goodness, it's been an hour, guys. I'll be back next week. Maybe I should do this more often instead of doing the like the post. This was pretty cool to be interactive with you guys. So yeah, as usual, I hope everyone that's in here is subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe. Give me thumbs up. Watch my previous videos. Make sure you check out the Burnout Challenge. Like I said, there's an opportunity there for you to win some money, to come and meet me. Yeah, look out for me in Shanghai, where I'll be opening up. And that's that. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you next time.